Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to our Link to the Past daily race here on Speed Gaming 2. Tonight we have ourselves Crosskeys, and today we have Zelka Desan and Iwala Koala. And I'm Professor Renderer. I'm flying solo today. Keep in mind there will, for the time being, the tracker will not be lighting up anything because we're dealing with some technical issues behind the scenes. So we're going to hopefully get those resolved in due time. Hopefully one of the trackers will have something to help alleviate that for until we get set to go live. And yes, we are hearing Shovel Knight's music from Zelka Desan, continuing our trend of showing off MSU packs on Speed Gaming. Iwala Koala, when we switch over to his feed, he will be playing Super Smash Bros. Melee. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see when we get started. So Crosskeys. So Crosskeys is a mode where it is a cross-world entrance shuffle, which means every entrance in the game is shuffled amongst themselves and can lead into both dimensions. And key sanity is a key sanity mode. So all maps, compasses, small keys, and big keys are shuffled in. We're already underway, and Zelka Desan went ahead and chose to go to the Sanctuary. This is often a good choice to take a look and see where the drop-down is positioned, and the drop-down in this case is positioned in the Dark World, so we are out of the Ganon drop-down. So that's some information. That's some early Dark World access for the players. Well, not really Dark World access. You have knowledge of where Dark World is at in this. And Zelka is opting to go ahead and do one of the more common things you see in one of the common openings for Crosskeys, and that's the entrance to going to check the mushroom potion shop and lead it into a check of the drop-down that's on Useless Fairy, as it's called, which could lead into a Houlihan. In the meantime, also is going to check the try to get some the prizes here. And Zelga has found the front of Hyrule Castle from the potion shop. With a dungeon like that, there's two connectors, as it's referred to, where the left and right portions of the castle entrances or exits, whatever, can lead to like the mountain or mire. We saw that earlier with the check from the sanctuary that led to the Dark World. And we see from the Useless Fairy drop down, we find Uncle's drop down. The drop downs are shuffled amongst themselves, so it's possible for let's say Ganon to be required on the off of Aga 1's Lumberjack ledge to beat the game, for example. And it's not saying that it will happen, but it is a possibility. And here's Houlihan coming out from Zelga. Again, that's one of the more common openers you see with Crosskeys. Just considering too that Zelka had gotten up to like 300 rupees, that this was enough to get Zelka Zora money. And no problem, Electrothermo in the chat. I figured I'd just hop in because for something like Crosskeys, there's a lot of explaining to do. And Iwala Koala also opted to jump in, do Houlihan. Over on the Highlight Island, there is a small key. And Iwala is going to go ahead and check the front of Hyrule Castle. It's a fairy fountain. And Zelga will join up with Iwala Koala in checking the drop down, the Uncle drop down. And that is where Lumberjack Ledge is residing, and that is just a piece of heart. And Pyronum, to answer a question, that is this is Plague Knight from Shovel Knight. And the sprite, in Iwala Koala sprite, I don't know for certain. Almost reminds me of a Valkyrie, but I really don't know what the sprite is. Iwala must have had got trapped by the little jumping sack dudes. Yeah. So Iwala was gonna go and rock around as a bunny. By logic, you are expected to walk around as a bunny through the Dark World because it's possible for a Moon Pearl to show up in states where bunny walking is possible. Or get into a bunny walk dungeon and it's clearable. We see from Iwala Koala there was the Dark Sanctuary room in the Dark World Fairy Fountain next to Pod. Iwala Koala has found Castle Tower on the Dark Sahasrara hut. And Zelga only found ooh. Okay, so Zelga found 300 rupees, well, it looked like 300 rupees or something akin to it, 100 rupees, 300 rupees, the race game. And Zelga had found Paradox Cave heading, and I believe that was heading to... it was over in the Pod area, or the eastern area, I think, if I remember it was right. But I missed it, but... and so Zelga is going to go ahead and grab the Paradox Cave on... Oh, it's the library. Yeah, right, yeah, it was the library. I remember Zelga was in the area, so this is it was in... So the top of Paradox Cave is over at the library, so there's our first key. It's a Hyrule Castle small. There's our glove. Iwala Koala had found the chess game in the Light World Fairy Fountain next to Eastern, and only found a single rupee. But Zelga is going to go ahead and bomb jump over to just hit him into Kakariko, just because doesn't want to go check out the remaining connectors just yet, because it's possible that if you're without a Moon Pearl or any way or other means, you might be locked in the Dark World, and you have to, and it'll be kind of be a little annoying to get through. And there's from the tavern, the front of the tavern, yeah, there's the brothers connector. Zelga has found a dark room that you'll need a lamp for by logic. And we also found in Sahasrara here in Eastern. The Swamp Palace is our green panda location for today. And in the back, we did find our flutes. So convenient flutes in Kakariko, in a spot where it's not a little out of the way for Sahasrara. It's in the bomb rat drop down, or the bombable bomb rats resupply area. Ooh, I was a little worried. On the Iwala Koala side, because if Iwala had taken a death from if there was time in such a way where Iwala Koala gets killed by the laser, on the last falling frame, he enters a state known as Death Hole, and it can lead to a corruption of the save file. I think that's not. I think that's wasn't patched out. I don't know. I know it can happen. It's a kind of a rare case, but I mentioned it because Iwalakwa has found Laser Bridge. Zelga checking out the I'm blanking on the name. It's pure this Magic Bat. That's the. I don't know why I was blanking on Magic Bat for a second. Yeah, Magic Bat is it has been a location. This is where the blacksmith house has the has Pod, and Zelga has Spectre Knights music from in Pod, which is a appropriate touch, I guess. Spectre Knight only has a scythe, and Helmasaur is just a big old turtle with a helmet. There's two differences there. I mean, I'm not saying that Shovel Knight's is like the choice for Spectre Knight is a bad thing. I mean, Shovel Knight's soundtrack is incredible. It is sublime. Zelga is opting to go ahead and do a Mimiclip. With no bottle and no bow, this is the only way to get to the back, to get over to the Bowlock side of Pod. And he's got it. That's a trick that I just simply refuse to learn. Like it is pixel. It's frame perfect, pixel perfect. I think it's more so frame perfect. And you have to do subsequent. You have to do subsequent taps of the left and do slot buffering to get it to work, or menu buffering, whatever really works out. And one wrong input could result in all your progress being lost on the Mimiclip, so you want to be careful. Iwalakwa finds the front of Desert Palace on the right, on the left, Snitch Lady. I believe that was Mimicate on the right Snitch Lady for Zelga. Zelga gonna go ahead and activate the flute. Iwalakwa finding 5 rupees in the reveal the chest button. There's half magic for Zelga on the bottle vendor, and we did find the hammer on Desert Palace torch, which means boots are necessary. And here's another check of Here's a Vanilla Well at Well. We're coming down to three more drop downs. We have Lumberjack, we have the Sanctuary drop down, and Lost Woods drop down. There's our map for Ganon's Tower. Not a useful map, all things considered. Well, this does find a Thieves' Town Small on Pyramid Fairy. That was at Sick Kid's entrance, which we had saw from Zelga earlier. We also did find another dark room on the left double house. On the right one is the upgrade fairy. Now Zuka gonna continue that route all the way up to the fortune teller above Kakariko. We did find the back of desert, so something that is something to keep in mind when we have the materials to kill Helmasaur or Lamola. It's not Helmasaur. And then here's Zoka gonna check this. There's our Ganon drop down and heading out in the Lost Woods. And just 20 rupees on the mushroom spot. And we also found our Bomb Shop, Eastern Palace, and Ice Palace are our 5/6s, and it's at the very top of Lost Woods in what's normally the gamble game. And on Lumberjack, we did find our useless fairy, so we know now that we now know about. By process of elimination, we still had we have the thief drop down at Sanctuary. And so I'm gonna go check the front of Old Man Cave. We did find the bottom of Spectacle Rock Cave. This will also lead into another. This will lead to another connector. This will be a one-way unless you bomb jump over, which Zoga is going to do. This will take you to another connector here. It's it. We're gonna see what this the top of Spectacle Rock leads you out to. It does lead out to Death Mountain, East Death Mountain, be more precise. But it is some knowledge of Death Mountain access. And on the left of a Paradox Cave, we did find Ice Rod Cave, and that's just 20 rupees. And we did find Hype Cave on the Paradox the top of Paradox Cave entrance, or the bottom of Paradox Cave entrance, rather. There's our bow at Hype Cave. Some chest turns from Zoga. I've been I don't know how to get the timing of that, but I've been meaning to try it out to show it off. It's just a bit of fun. So we do have access to there's our logical access to the bow locks out of Pod. Yeah, with the bow, currently the bow doesn't really, with what we know, there isn't we knew that there wasn't really anything on the bow side. It isn't it's without logic. It's actually Tofile, one of our trackers, saying actually that wasn't in logic because of that bomb jump. Right? I don't know anything about I wish I knew more about Crosskeys logic. Okay, yeah, that's what I want. I just wanted to make sure because I don't really pay attention to Crosskeys logic all that much, so it is a sequence break either way, so it does give you a bit of information. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get the flute here. I wonder if one of our trackers could switch over to Melee as well, like Super Smash Bros. Melee, because we do have Ewok Claw also on Super Smash Bros. Melee. We can try and see if we can switch back and forth between audio sources to show up both MSUs. And there you go. On request, there's another flute activation. And there's Super Mario World's the athletic theme rendered in Super Mario Super Smash Bros. Melee. That's right. I heard that so many times in my time. All right. Over at the chain shop room, we did find 20 rupees. That was Zelga's cue to go ahead and bail out. Just a quick touch of the chain chunks will do to get a Death Warp out. So, with what we know so far, the flute gives us logical access to the left side of Death Mountain. We would need a hook shot to bring that into logic, which would also lead to the bow being in, which would lead to the spot where we were before. We did find a sword off of a Venus cave. Dole Morgoth. This is the Super Smash Bros. Melee MSU, so it's got a bunch of music from Mario and Metroid. And a couple other games too. And Zelda, because of course you can't have you can have one or the other. Iwakawa is going to steal the key from the back. This is not in logic, but it's something that you can do. And Iwakawa does see the Ganon drop down over on Lost Woods, so has that information on hand. But where's Falco? That ain't Falco. I'm sorry, but that ain't Falco. But no, I don't. Falco is just. Can we just like while Zelga's checking some stuff? I want to check notes. We did find the front of Turtle Rock here in on the right side or the left side of Death Mountain on the return cave. But I was gonna say, Falco and Fox are like the defining characters in Smash Melee competitively. Just in general, you all know this. But Zelga finds the stick kid hanging out on the spitting out the spectacle rock cave that's you spit out if you fall down. And over on the bottom of Paradox Cave, there's a fairy fountain. And there's I was going to house now confirm for us what we knew so already, and that was the fact that we know that Thief's drop down was going to be at Sanctuary. We did find a bottle that's locked behind the glove. Over at the the inverted dark world, Death Mountain starts. We did see Zelga finding the back of Skull Woods, aka the one part of Skull Woods that actually really matters. Like, because the Skull Woods entrances can be shuffled amongst themselves as well. Like, if sometimes it could be like as simple as just the two connectors just swapping places, or it could just be a full-blown like mess of drop downs, entrances, and stuff like that, just to get to the back of Skullwoods. Wakula is going to go in and find his sword here over at Agina's cave, while Zugga is checking the Light World Height Cave check, and that's just the gamble game. And it looks like Zugga wants to go ahead and take that sword and bow all the way to the front of Escape. And this is in logic with the fact that the sword was at the Daeon. So Walla gonna go ahead and check the maybe Moldorm Cave. It's just the front of the tavern. And then Walla's gonna go ahead and use the fleet to take himself over to Ice Rod Cave. So over at Ice Rock Cave, we see that there is the left of desert. There's our hook shot. We now have our logical access to the left side of Dark World, at least at Mountain, and we have access to that one part of Turtle Rock that we found. The Sanctuary, to answer a question from Telethar, that's the Ganon drop, where the Ganon drop down is at. Oh, and whatever, I missed this, but the Swamp Small ended up being an Ice Rock Cave, the Ice Rock Cave entrance that's there, and we also did find the Castle Tower Small at Zelda's Cell for Zelga. And Zelga gonna go ahead and just head over to the back of Dark Cross, and without a lamp or fire source is out of logic. Although this is not a dark room that should be too difficult for Zelga. I think the more annoying part about the corridor with the ropes before you head downstairs to Dark Cross is the ropes themselves. Like one rope, if they're all the way over, like blocking the door, then that could cause a lot of trouble. And Zelga opting to go ahead and take that it's gonna go ahead and head to the back of over the back of Escape, because this is because we did have that I think that was we did have the Hyrule Castle Small earlier, so makes sense. Even though this is out of logic with no lamp or fire rod or anything. I'm trying to process this because now can we switch back over to Zelga for really quick? Okay, thank you. For context, we're normally not supposed to have lyrics, like any MSGs with lyrics in them. Just saying. I don't know I don't know if this was ever like checked when we verified it, because I know it in the verification says that there is a that Smelee was approved. Now I'm not sure. Like that, there's I'd have to ask Amerif, who curates the Restream MSU verification form. I'll have to ask her about that when I get a chance to. But I wasn't really expecting that coming from the Melee MSU pack, but. We did find a mirror, though, over in Hookshot Cave, and we also found a pod small. Is that serious? Wait, Telethon, is that seriously the theme for Jungle James? Like that with lyrics? Cause it, huh? I don't play Melees, but I'll take you on your word on that, because like I didn't really think I don't know how that. Weird. Anyway, Zaga gonna check the Hera entrance. There's our Thieves Town Big. We found the top of Spike Cave. Zelka is going to repeat some steps from that Iwala had already found. Just some entrances checks. Iwala is giving us more information. Well, I know. Yes, I am aware that that's the DK rap is the intro for DK64. I was not expecting it in Melee soundtrack. Especially considering when there's lyrics involved. That's what I'm more confused on. Just to answer some people in the chat that I was looking off of. We did find Thieves Town. I actually missed where that was. I was just saying it. Well, yeah, but like. Well, yeah, like there is a difference between the two, as I can clearly hear. But like still. Okay, so with Zoga having just some information that he knows, he's going to go ahead and check just going into the front of Desert and found what Quad found, and will also give one extra check that it does not have about since the glove wasn't there. We did find and that was going to be Graveyard Ledge, which leads to the boots. Oh boy. And that leads us into that leads to that hammer. This is a little unfortunate for Iwala because he went over to the Ice Rod Cave area with no glove, and the fact that Zelga spikes the boots from the glove and is right here, just right next to it. That's an immediate hammer pickup. Yeah, that's. I wouldn't say it's gonna hurt. He's got the glove now. If Iwala decides to make a visit to Ice Rod Cave again, then we're gonna have well, at least that won't be too bad, but it's a matter of when he'll get him over. All right, so Thieves Town. Oh, I missed it because I was more focused on like trying to figure out what was going on with the DK rap. But I was in the dark. That looked like it was some of our trackers and stuff. Some chat members were probably saying that it was from the Dark Sanctuary. I'd like to believe so because Iwala was in the area at the time. Found the spot where I found the spot where the top of Spike Caves that I got the big key for Thieves Town out of it, and that's why it was here in the first place. Although with knowing what we know as well, he's going to be missing out one item, and that's the Thieves Town Fate Chest. Once Zelga gets over to that spot where the Thieves Town Big Key was located at, or the top of Bumper Cave, he will have to. He will be getting that one, and if that also leads to something important later on down the road, this will really, really hurt Iwala. Get a powder from the sick kid, since Zelga did grab that bottle, or at least I think he did grab the bottle that we knew of from the thief's drop down. It's gonna go ahead and just bail out here. Yeah, this was Dark Sanctuary. Now, this one's that's a pretty tough death to take it when you're like on the way over. That was that a? Looks like that was a fire rod from Zelga's side. Oh, nice! The flying ship from for Hera. Is it just me? Do I hear like lifeline in part? Lifeline or lifeline or some the Smash Ultimate theme in part as part of the main ultimate, like it's part of the main like part of the track. The first part of it, that is not this part, but it might just be me. Like I heard like the first part of lyric, the first like I mean, like the first like lyric of it. It's got similar like instrumentation, notation, I think. But it will Zelka will take down Moldorm here, get the first crystal on the board. Alright. Zelka is now heading over to check the other side of I guess it looks like to check the two right wings of Hyrule Castle while Aqua is heading to the back of Escape. And there's another way into Village of Outcasts. Is the one way to Village of Outcasts. Did find the chicken hut, but with no Moon Pearl, we can't do anything about it. In the meantime, I'm just like relating some stuff to my fellow people in the commentary booth. I did see the Arrow Cave was the buyer's shed. So a quick Super Bunny will reveal some information about that. The race game entrance was just a fairy fountain. To answer Telethar, we did find another pod small in the brewery at K45. All right, we're checking now the other side of the race game entrance, and it is the old lady transition, and there's a connector, and that's the other part of the bottom of Bumper Ledge. So Zelka will be we'll see that Big Key doesn't know what it is, but we'll also see we'll also see Thieves Town. With that blue mail, it's going to take a little bit to knock down this fish. So Zelka will only get the first 4 chests here because of this. Iwala will get that. We'll just get to the back of Escape, find nothing here, but we did find some We'll find some like keys in the back here, which Zelga we already knew we got from. And we now have that big key from Zelga the Song, because this was the actually that was the part of the was actually that brother's and connector that led to it, which now means we could, if we wanted to, we could kill Blind out of logic, and we'll get that mirror. And we did find it looks like in the back of looks like over in the library we did find at the bottom of Dark Death Mountain, we did find the Master Sword over in the library, and there's another fairy fountain next to it, but so the difference between the player's items is that Iwakula had not found a glove at the time when he was over at Ice Rod Cave, and because of that, he's missing boots. That's at it's behind the rock next to cave, next to Ice Rod Cave, and whereas Zelga had the glove earlier on, and had went into Desert Palace, though, because the hammer was at the hammer was over on the Desert Palace torch, and this all led into a the amount of items that Zelga has right now. On top of that, there's that Zelga had opted to get a bow out of logic. That was over at and that's over at inside Spectacle Rock Cave, where if you bomb jumped over, you led it over to East Step Mountain. Over on the Paradox Caves, like the Paradox Cave top entrance. Oh, thanks, Beezer. I try my best, and I'm trying to I'm also trying to relay some notes to a couple of people just about some stuff that happened earlier on. But so now Zelga's checking the top of the castle tower, checking the castle tower entrance. There is Super Bunny Cave, the bottom of Super Bunny Cave. And we find our silver arrows on the right right entrance. That is where it's actually where Checkerboard Cave is at. So now Zugga is going to go ahead and follow the chain to see where this Silver Bunny leads to and what items that he'll find here. Cape was the Meyer Shed. That's what it was, yeah. And there's our mitts. This spits us out right out in the little awning or like balcony from the left to right Turtle Rocks. Checked inside. Went ahead and checked the inside of a bumper ledge. It wasn't really anything. It's just a fairy fountain, and neither was anything in the left Turtle Rock entrance. And in Spiral Cave's entrance, we did find Blindside, and we found our lamp. And the Turtle Rock's small. And two, well, make that 2. Still looking for that Moon Pearl. Samaria would let us do more of Thieves of Turtle Rock. And looks like Iwalakoa is now heading back over to grab the glove, to check the grab the rock. And there's where those boots are in Graveyard Ledge. So yeah, we did see from Zoka there was Fairy Ascension Cave on that left side. I didn't call that out because I didn't think to do it at the time. But this will lead us to the top of this will lead us Fairy Ascension to the top of this leads us to the floating island, which gives us the fire rod. And there's Iwalakoa grabbing the hammer subsequently. Probably not feeling all too happy about it, considering the fact that considering how Iwala had gotten the glove late and it's just now getting to that hammer, so that we're in position to keep going. We did find Ether is required for Misery Meyer, which means both Meyer and Turtle Rock require that Ether medallion. I like the Ether medallion. It's going to be useful. Now, this is for the entrances, not for the actual dungeons themselves. We did also find GT over on Zalgadasan's side, on the left entrance to Desert Palace. Cody. So we're gonna have a lot of fun going through here. With no Samaria, we cannot go out of logic to get to a compass room. We also did find the bug net as well over on Zugga's side. It's our first shield in the Stalfos room, and a Myers Small, and a Skullwood Small. Heading over to the Firebar room. We find a desert palace small, so we have access to the right side now. So far, we only have the one big key that we found, and that was at Thieves Town. This Moon Pearl has to show up somewhere. It's another big key. This is for Desert Palace. So we did find both of the desert keys here in GT on the left side of the basement. We found a map for Hera, so we now have some. We would have had intel on that if Soka had not cleared out Hera already. So not particularly useful. And we did see Zuka. Just gonna go ahead and just move Bob over to the opposite side of the room because that's apparently what that does. And we're gonna go ahead and find Ice Armos for Zoga. Iwakwa now gonna go ahead and grab the bottle. That will lead to the powder for that will lead to powder once Awella finds the sick kid, which I think he already has. We also found a Tower of Hera big behind Ice Armos. And using a bit of mirror trickery, we're going to go ahead and check the entrance of Thieves Town, or Palzar's Desert Palace. That's the name of this thing, and that was the exit to Return Cave. We're checking the lower Norfair, what I would call the lower Norfair portal, because that's in SMZ3. That's where that's the portal from that takes you from Meyer area to Lower Norfair portal. And we have found our and we have found the dam. And that is a pod big key. And now Zelka is going to go ahead and check the checkerboard cave entrance. That is the top of Bumper Cave. The Moon Pearl has yet to be found. We have not seen a Moon Pearl yet. To answer chat. So now Zucca's checking the Eastern Palace entrance, finds up at just the big fairy fountain. But Zugga will find Laser Bridge here. since we were in the general area of it at the time for while the much cleaner laser skips from Zelga. And now Zelga finds the Chaos Samaria from the sunken treasure because oh wow so now that gives you to the back of Turtle, that gives you Turtle Rock access, like well, it leaves you a little bit of some more stuff to do in Turtle Rock. You still can't finish Trinex because we have no big key, but yeah, we find our lovely glitch stick. The chain jump wasn't anything. I could confirm it wasn't really anything of note. So Crystal Roller for Zelga. This is also out of logic. You need a moon pearl for that Samaria, but we find an ice small from the Crystal Roller room. Alright, so Zelga is going to go ahead and head over to the left side here, just from the top of the Hyrule here. Just go and check out the inside of Kingstomb, and that's just the other boots check, and that's Bonk Rocks. And there's still no Moon Pearl for either player, so yeah, wherever this is, it is good. It is somewhere. But Zelga will go ahead and head back into Desert Palace. Go ahead and claim some of the keys that he had used or that he found in GT. We found the Harris Small over on the right side, and a piece of hearts in the big key chest. So Zelga will now check the big chest. He can also clear a desert. He does know where it is. It's a map for Ice Palace. But instead, it's going to go ahead and choose the flute away. And Zelga will head back over to Hyrule Castle, heading over to the right side. And Zelga will head over to the we'll find Mini Moldorm Cave in the Dark Fairy Potion Teller. Again, with no Moon Pearl, this is not this. We cannot grab anything that's there. While is checking, is staring. It's taking a little bit of time to look around at the flute. So yeah, now we'll so I get what Zelga was trying to do here. So using what he had known about the connectors, he wanted to check the dark fortune teller from top of Kakariko, or top of Village of Outcasts, to see what it was before heading back to take out Lamos here. Well, we'll find Blind's hut over on Spiral Cave. So, and there it is. There's our Moon Pearl. So that's actually actually a convenient. That's actually a pretty convenient spot for that Moon Pearl, knowing that we have Mini Moldorm Cave right and a mirror portal away. So so we can go ahead and start checking out Mini Moldorm Cave now. We actually have a lot more stuff to do now. Hooray! Alright, we have a map for Turtle Rock, we have a compass for desert, we have some 20 rupees, three bombs, and a blue boomerang. So not really all that useful information, but we did find a map, so it is something, but it's but no major items, like very important major items. And that will bring the Samaria back into logic. Well, we'll find these silvers here. And Zelka will go ahead and check the Graveyard Ledge entrance. It is a Hotel Mario. And Zelga will now head into Thieves Town with the thieves with the big key and the small key in hand. Oh, you still need. Oh wait, oh, you still need another sword for that? I thought the Master Sword would have been enough as it is, because he's on level 2 sword. All right, never mind. Oh, that's true. Yeah, right. The library from the Dark World. Right. Yeah, that explains it. Alright, cool. Alright. Again, logic for Crosskeys is a weird thing. Crosskeys itself is a very volatile mode. It's a lot of things can happen. We did also pass up the hour mark. If we get do we have the command? See if the bot commands are up and running. But if we do. I will say to give the runners a follow. Commentary is up, but which I'll give commentary. We'll give the commentary a follow. I'm Professor Render. I'm flying solo today, and then we have Jinx Sakura and Tofile on the tracking. But you'll Zelka and Uwakula are two great runners. On a mode that is one of as quite a favorite amongst the Link to the Past community. It's a long mode, but it's a fun one nonetheless. Okay, so this will be an important moment for Uwakula. If this leads to something, he is in quite a bit of trouble. Okay, nothing here. 20 rupees. I was mentioning it because Uwakula had not found the hammer at the time. If it was something, then Zelka would have had quite an advantage going in. It looks like Uwakula wants to go and check. Uwakula wants to check. Oh, I guess to be fair, he's not doing a lot of damage on like this much health, so he was planning on trying to check Castle Tower. It didn't yield anything, but Zelga did take down Blind and is only a pendant, so not necessary. So I guess the death is kind of like a blessing in disguise. Or across the skies? I don't know. Alright. Zelga gotta go ahead and find King's Tomb, which was something that Walla had like spotted but couldn't get in, but it's just a piece of heart. And Zelga will now head into Skull Woods. This is one of the ones where the Skull Woods' entrances are shoveled amongst themselves, including the drop downs. We did find a book over on the Walla side. And there's our Master Sword. Well, that's actually our third sword that we know of. This is a Walla's Master Sword, but for Zelga, we did find a Burna. And yeah, that is the logical sword that we were looking for this entire time. And with Crosskeys logic, there will always be a small key in the pinball room. Okay, so it looks like this is just a pretty simple swap of the two entrances. I was mentioning this earlier, but so thankfully the entrances themselves aren't insanely bad. So Zelga will now check the Skullwood's back entrance. In this Waterfall Fairy, there's a tempered sword, so that is all swords that we know of, and that actually, I think that's still out of logic. Unless I'm wrong. Okay, yeah, the Telethar confirming that this is still that third sword is still considered out of logic until Zelga goes into Pod to get that sword. This will bring him up to Gold Sword. Checking the Thieves' Town entrance, we do find a shop. More importantly, we also saw the chicken house earlier, and we were going to check that now. Just 10 arrows. Alright. We found Zelga. We found Meyer for Zelga. Buyer for Zelga. I think how have I flipped it? Part of me thinks I just flipped it the wrong way. I said Zelga for Meyer. That's not, should be Meyer for Zelga, but I don't know. We're going to be using one key here because all you really need is that one. Technically, really, like that, you only need that one Meyer key to progress further. So we're checking out cussing chests now. And Wallace is had stayed and quit, trying to find wherever this moon pearl is. He doesn't know this, but this he does have the materials to get this moon pearl. We did find a shovel in the lobby. So I'll go trying to go for some doorstay extension here. Gets it. Alright, checking the bridge chest now, in Meyer. We did find the book earlier, and that was in Pod. Just 2 weeks ago to Sura. We found the Easter Big. And we found the compass for our own dungeon that we're in. Adorable. And to end things off, we just find the 20 rupees here, just in this map chest. But we are coming back to this because this best buyer. We might be coming back for it if this is not a pendant. Hammer, which means hammer would have been required. Alright, Zelka is going to go ahead and play the dig game here. And we find Bombos. Not required to get the Turtle Rocket and Meyer entrances, but it is a screen wipe. And Zelka gonna go ahead and take the spiff home and also check some stuff alongside it. But no, wait, never mind. I'm dumb. This was the spiff's right here. Like just right in checking out. I completely forgot about that. While it will check, it's trying to maneuver over these the jumping sack things. Like that's what I call them because I know they have a name, but I just don't remember what they're called. Checking the book. Checking the Bombos tablet. Oh yeah, yeah, because they still have a sword, right? It's our single arrow. Cool. V0. Or someone's hero. We found our potion shop. Now it's off of the hammer pegs. Might have wanted a different spot for that. But we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Magic Bats. This is one of the two. This is the other of the two vanilla locations that we had today. It does lead to a map for Eastern, but we already knew what it was, so it's not really useful. So yeah, well, I did take note while I was wait for a second. That Zelka did enter pod, so going to be heading over to Helmasaur. Now, if Zelka goes to the Stalfos basement, that will lead to the logical sword that will bring him back into logic. Well, still trying to figure out where he needs to go to in order to get out of this bunny state. Oh, well, they trigger the guards. And we did find a big key for Swamp Palace, but we more importantly have a crystal on the board because we did reveal that was a crystal. That's crystal number 3 for Zelga. So Zelga does come back in. Also, hang on just a second. We're doing a quick res. We have a resolution change. So you'll see the life bar just for a little bit. Hi, Spectre. Hi, Blade Knight. There we go, much better. And we get our own small key. Adorable. We knew this one from the walk wall anyway, so yeah, Wallace just still trying to figure out where he needs to go to figure out where this moon pearl's at. Unbeknownst to him, it's in a spot where you can't clear it. He's got 2 swords. He's got a fire source. There's an ice pile as big. Which, by the way, if one of the trackers could mark off the second sword for, well, please do so, because he's been down master for a while. If you're able to, that is. I did find 20 rupees for on the hobo. There we go. there's that high road map. But more importantly, Zelga will get the gold sword here, but this will bring him back into logic. Okay, so well now just he's checking to see what the inside of that entrance is for Waterfall Ferry. It is nothing really to be concerned of. Just a shop. We're going to see our first Zora check. We have not seen a Zora check in this entire seed. So this is gonna be the first for Awala for us that we know of. We found our mushroom. On the Zora ledge. We could spostulate it to get it out of logic. We have bow, we have bombs, and it looked like Iwolo opted to switch off to just off silver arrows to do just that. And we get a heart container from Zora himself. I don't think there's enough time. No, yeah, the slow arrow shooting kind of tipped me off there. There we go. And over on the purple chest, it shows just 3 bombs. Zelga will go ahead and grab the single arrow from the Bombus tablet. So we know we did see Skullwoods back earlier. And there's we also did, I think we never saw Easter Palace. If we did though, I must have missed it. But here is Zelga's Eastern Dive. We know this is going to be a crystal, and also go because we found that information off of the big bomb, the bomb shop. We did also find a compass, and that really doesn't really matter what it is. Compasses are compasses; they're not really all that useful, except for bosses and boss shuffle. That's all it's really used for. So here. So for Iwala Koala, we're going to have Super Buddy Cave picked up, and this will lead to the mitts. Yeah, and Zelga is sitting at a very comfortable 17 hearts, and on red mail no less. He is very much comfortable. There really isn't anything else to say about this. Like, it's just Now, so far we have not seen Ice Palace. We've seen Turtle Rock. We have not seen Swamp. So at the moment we're still waiting on wherever we find ice. Say though is that there's no way it's gonna be in GT. Because it is a crystal and doesn't qualify for that. The Walla Koala is heading north. This Walla is where's he going? I wonder where he's going. There's a Skull Woods big over at Big Heat Chest for Easter. Oh, okay. So grab your King's Tomb. Okay. Okay, so that's done. That's no worries. Okay, now does Awala figure out? Does Awala know the way out now? Like, it should be clear. we're going to see we're seeing a play for ice, the ice area. First the upgrade area, then the ice palace entrance. Well, we did find ice. It is in a spot where in a spot that is completely opposite from the world it's supposed to be at. And we found it in an ice related boss in an ice related area in the form of the other side of Ice Rod Cave. And we found our flippers. So that's logical access to the Ice Palace. I didn't write this. There's no way you could have wrote the script for this. Like, I just like what? Even though, yes, I did roll this. So yeah, basically I did in a way write the script for this. Not really, but so I'm gonna go ahead and do a hype cave check, or the hype cave entrance check. We have the Turtle Rock Big in the Pengator room for Iwala Koala. Yeah, and as Telethar is pointing out too, that for Zelga, he will have some Maria and Gold once he finds ice. It's close by, and it will basically be really good for really good for Iwala. For Zelga because of all that good stuff. We are going to see a Spike Cave check from Zelga. In the meantime, it's close by. I think after this is to the ice play, because you have to follow the flippers eventually. Arrows. Judging by the fact that he's opting to take us to a hook speed here, this is leading into that Ice Palace play. And here's that small key, and that was for Meyer that we saw earlier on. And yeah, this is gonna be Zelga going into ice. Oh yes, the sunken ship. Okay, so Zelga will go ahead and it looked like once he's ready, just gonna go ahead and do an icebreaker. He's not gonna flip the switch because he still has some stuff to checkouts. Oh, that's a pretty clean icebreaker for the Quake Medallion that we saw from Iwala Koala. So yeah, both players now are practically in the same dungeon, but Zelga is more well equipped because the fact that because of all the stuff that he already has, while Iwala is still on the hunt for that Moon Pearl, I think. Unless he already got Iwala never got it because it was still over at it was on Lamo. At top of Kakariko, the fortune teller. IC gives us 10 arrows. Here's a high five from both runners. We're gonna extend quite a pretty long high five, I would say. They are reunited together in the same dungeon. How rude. Alright, we're gonna see a Colster fight coming out from Zelga. But this will give access to the Pyramid Fairy entrance. After this is done. Yeah, the reason Zelga is this far away is it's just like Wallaclaw is on quite a long Moon Pearl hunt. The Moon Pearl is over at Lamo at the Light World Kakariko fortune teller entrance. And Ewella has not gone there yet. The Kakariko fortune teller, yes. And Ewella will get that crystal for himself. Of course, it's the 5-6. Again, you couldn't make up the script for the fact that this was where it was. Where this is like an ice adjacent area. Yeah, this Moon Pearl is this, like, by logic, the Moon Pearl is in a pretty unappealing spot, and because of Zelga's sequence breaks, he got it a lot more quicker compared to Walla Koala. Checking out the Dark World potion shop entrance, it's nothing. The Moon Pearl is at Lemolis at the Kakariko fortune teller. To answer Trossi. We're getting a catfish check from Zelga. And we're getting just 10 arrows. As it doesn't mean it's immediately over. Wallaclaw does find does find the dam. So Cadence and Mario will be in the hand soon. Oh, the Desert Bell is big. Where the Fire Stake Room and GT Telthar's saying in the chats. So yeah, oh wow. This is quite a spot. And GT wasn't it like somewhere in like the Dark World? Right, yeah. It was it's over in it's over here in like was like the area where the Lower North area Mario, where I think not where Lower North. No, it's the right side of the left side of Turtle Rock. Left side of Desert Palace, rather. Yeah, so we'll get that information out, and and Awala is like saying no to it. Right, yeah, because he doesn't have the GT. It doesn't have the Desert Big, so can't even get that Moon Pearl if he wanted to. So we are turning in the mushroom here. Well, is now deciding to head back in. So this will give the Desert House big and a couple, and the two Hera and the Hera keys. And Iwakawa also passed it up on that bug net. And the mushroom turned into just 10 arrows. Now, I don't know how many maps. I don't know if Zelka has found a Turtle Rock map or no, never mind. He does have a Turtle Rock map. I just looked now. He's going into the final these. We know it's it's not Turtle Rock, rather. We find it's a crystal. So that's now confirms that Meyer and Skullwoods are pendants. So it's an ice rod. We're now an ice rod away. We're an ice rod away from go. So yes, let the ice rod hunt commence. So, I will say this though, only ice run away from go. I meant to say. Oh, right. Thief Son was already a pendant. I'm an idiot. I'm not. No, yeah. I looked at them and I'm like, wait. There was a Thieves Town pendant, and I must have in a swamp pendant. I didn't. I immediately jumped to the assumption that apparently Skullwoods is a pendant, which we never had no information on. So if I just assume that if this is actually a pendant, I'm actually going to be like, oh well, I'm actually a genius. I didn't realize that until now. Meyer can't be one. It has to be one of these pendants though. It's either Meyer or Skull has to be one of the pendants. I am a genius. And I didn't even realize that until now. How what turned out to be like a flub on my part, like earlier, turns out to be actually true. So we have a nice ice rod hunt and a Meyer big hunt. I mean, I don't even know what I was saying at the point, but at that time, but like, at least it worked out in the end. I don't know. Either in this case, the only thing the Ether opens up is 2 entrances. And that's it. There's the Ether really doesn't in Crosskeys, like medallion wise, they just open up entrances, nothing else. So if Ether does show up, who knows if that leads to actually anyway, the only thing we were missing was swamp, and we know all the required entrances, dungeon entrances. So Zelka gonna re-enter Hera to hunt for that ice rod and that Meyer big. Not here on the big chest. Alright, quick coffee break. Iwala is now on the right path after going into the GT, and that will lead to that. Iwala have that Moon Pearl in hand, and we'll finally get a chance to start up the seed. And this is probably going to feel pretty bad for Iwala, considering it's an hour 45 minutes into the seed, and you just get now got your Moon Pearl after hunting for so long. And it's not here in Hera. And there it is. And we'll also get a crystal for his troubles, and again, it might feel pretty bad for Iwala, considering what's been going on. Alright, Zelka open up the Hookshot Cave entrance. We find Swamp Palace. We find the desert map, which in the first chest, not really necessary at this point, considering we have Panic Crystal knowledge for Zelga Dasan. Give me third bottle. We did see the Hookshot Cave chest. That was where the mirror was at. Yeah, that was where the mirror was at. Fluffy Mittens. And the small pot, and small key small key. And there's a koala finding swamp and immediately turning it away because no flippers. But Walla will find that third sword that Zelka had found earlier, which was at the library. Alright, because we got a diver down from Soga. Now it's just head over to the left side swamp. So wanted to check that just to see if we can find the try to find that small key, that big key for Meyer and that ice rod. A 300 pack from the left side of left chest of swamp, and there's our GT big. So we can now climb the top of GT, and considering that we have every other big key, the next big key that we see is going to be the Meyer big. Well, I'm gonna head to the back of Pod here to get over to Helmut's Arcade. Never Never Done performed from Zelda to San. As take a look at the back, take a look at these last two. We did find the second castle tower small in the swamp chest. And we did find 300 in the waterfall chest. Now we ought to fight Argus. And it's funny because I think we passed up Treasure Knight's stage earlier. Could be wrong though, because this isn't Treasure Knight's stage. Ooh, going for some machine gun strats from Zelda, gets it. Well, there's missed it earlier, but did clean it up on the way out. So no zero cycle, but that's a very solid fight from Zelda. And that will give a Meyer map for Zelda, and that will be the green pendant pickup. Take a look at the green pendant turn in. That leads to 20 rupees, so no such luck on that part. But we did get a GT big, so we could head to the top of the tower. And that is what Zelda might be wanting to do here. Okay, so we're checking Spiral Cave first. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, because we haven't seen it yet. Well, Aquila is going to go ahead and grab the stuff that was in Mini Moldorm Cave. There wasn't a whole lot here, other than the Turlock map, and we got Skull Wood Small, so not particularly useful. Which spits you out on the right side of Desert Palace. How appropriate. So yeah, now you definitely are going up to GT to do the climb here. Yeah. So, but first of all, we're gonna get the right side of Ganon's Tower's basement, so we can, because we do have some Aria. Oops, wrong Y item. All right, so we're gonna get Tile Room here from Zelda, and while Aquila is going to refight Blind. We saw earlier that Iwakwa attempted to have to fight Blind, but had died on the third round. So he'll return to finish that up, and we'll probably be just disappointed to find out that this is a pendant. Get a map for Swamp in the Tower Room, which we knew already from the start of the game. All right, time for the Compass Room for Zelda. We finally get Ether, so we have those two entrances open. There's our Meyer Big. And we have a Skullwoods map to end it off. We are also heading to the right, heading further down the right to check the bait chest. You don't normally see this when in normal glitches in like normal open mode, open 7.7 play. Only in various few circumstances do you see it. And it's a piece of heart, so we're gonna not climb a tower. Probably wanting to hunt down the. So not gonna check the entrances, the two entrances. What does Zelka want to do here? Oh, I see what he's wanted to do. He's gonna go and try and clear out the. He's gonna clear out Meyer so if he can get the ice rod here, which that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. You want to be clear in your crystal dungeons. You want to just do your ABCD crystal variation. Okay, so now we will have a big chest check from Zelga so that for Meyer, because now that he has picked up the Meyer big, it is a Meyer a key inside Meyer. How appropriate, I guess. I don't know, but we are going to be killing Vinny now. To answer the question of who is winning, right now Zelga has an advantage, but it's not until once he gets in the go mode, that will confirm that this is that further lead. So Zelga is actually going to set up for Spooky here. Yeah, and when I mean by advantage, there is a very significant advantage from Zelga because considering Iwilkoa was what had only found the Moon Pearl at an hour 45 minutes in. Very, very well played. Good. That was a successful spooky, a bit of a classic variation to that. Yeah, and also the fact that the boots was also pretty. He had quite a lot more boots time. Considering the boots was fairly like early on from. So yeah, there's a very strong advantage from Zelga, and there's just nothing here in the remaining two checks in Meyer. So you know what? It's actually kind of funny. We have not seen Ped. I'm serious. We've not. I don't. As far as I can tell, we have not seen a Ped check. All pets have been picked up. All pets have been picked up. So a pedestal seat is very much is likely. We can't see Slash Roll. It's just 20 rupees. Pyramid Fairy. We have not seen the entrance for, but we don't know what it is. But we see Pyramid Fairy early on. It wasn't anything too particular. And the Skullwood's big chest did not have anything either. Okay, it looks like we are going to get that pedestal check from Zelga. Going to go ahead and pull it here. This will be a blind pull. If this is the ice rod, that's what a way to close it out, I guess. that's a really nice cue. It's bombs. Oh well. Also, it's kind of, to be honest, that's kind of boring. But the fact that we pulled it, that's one reason to get a little excited about it. Okay, so if it was the ice rod, that would have been a quite a show, I would say. All right, we have now reached the 2-hour mark. All right, we'll find Meyer here. So we're chasing each other's footsteps. So as far as entrances are concerned, that's what I'm gonna ask. What is left? There can't be much left. Oh yeah, we didn't see Castle Tower. We didn't see the climb. We have not seen. All right, now we're seeing that Castle Tower climb right now. That Castle Tower checks right now. First one was bombs. We saw Ewala was going to go there, but chose not to. I think it was because of lack of equipment. I don't know. And we found our thieves map, which is okay. So that's nothing. There's no C-shaped house, right? Right. We haven't seen C-shaped house yet. So it looks like Zoko will now, with practically nothing else left to go, we are gonna see the climb. I think with the amount of entrances left, it's either going to be behind the Meyer entrance, the Thieves Town entrance, or at worst the GT entrance. But by the time we reach that, we probably would be our 7 crystals would be fighting Ganon by that point, so it wouldn't be used for any, would be important for any reason. So for now, we're gonna be doing a GT climb. The bat drop down was itself. It was the magic bat, so we checked that. It wasn't anything. We'll get the shovel here. I think that's the only things we've seen this far. There's just simply not enough. There's very little spots to find. The vanilla Ganon drop down. We found this at the very start of the game. It was Sanctuary. So this is the back of Escape. Like we saw this from the very first minute, and yeah, and we already saw back of Escape early. So there couldn't be anything there. So it would have to be up here, and like the best possible scenario here is it would have to be at the top of GT. You don't have to fight Aga 2 here. You can just stop at Moldrum 2 chest. You can just mirror out at Moldrum 2 chest, and you'll be done. Yeah, and as some Tofal or trackers pointing out, there only was 2 GT smalls, so we never had to kill Aga 2 by logic. And that was actually from the back of Escape. We actually, and those was from the back of Escape. So it would actually have been past the point where you had killed Aga 2. So yeah, that's just to put that into perspective. All right, Moldrum 2 fight coming up, and also actually really quick. This is the last chest you'll find. Last chest for Zelga. If this is where Ice Rod's at, no. So we have to mirror out. We are now looking towards the Feast, the Mire entrance, and the Turtle Rock entrance. And it's the C, and it's always in, and it's the C-shaped house. We know, we need to know where. You need to find C-shaped house. The Dark Potion shop wasn't it. It didn't have anything. It's not here. That's the so if the cannon drop down is in fact sync. It's the way that the sync works is that it's sync and then back of Escape. They're connected to each other. So they're Oh yeah. I know what you I mentioned I did say it was I mentioned it was this the item location for C-shaped house. The actual entrance is not. It just did not have anything, or it didn't. Well, it did have chicken hut, yeah, but it didn't have anything. Yeah, so we're looking at the C-shaped. Okay. Oh, we never saw pod entrance. Looking for that. So Dane is looking for that ice rod. The interior of C-shaped house. Yes. And here it is. So at 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 14 seconds, Zelka is the first runner in go mode. Yeah, and that's at least to be fair, this will be a quick finish either way, because Zelka will be heading to Trinex next, and then it'll be immediate. And then it won't be too long until Ganon. We see Ganon here. So this was in the cards for a while, because this was considering where the Moon Pearl spot is, it's understandable why both players decided hadn't gone there. Well, Zelga, in this case, had gotten it early. I don't think the route lined up just right for him. Also, there's a 0 cycle from Zelga. It's timing on that's pretty tight. I've done it before. It's a very tight timing. But there's a Trinex down. And yeah, and as Tofel our tracker pointed out that Ewella had basically stayed within logic, and it caused him to have that Moon Pearl at an hour 45 in. Considering that we've seen practically everything. How what do you think his collection rate's gonna be? Because this is a big one. This is gonna be a pretty high collection rate. But we are gonna drop down. We are seeing Zelka dropping into Ganon at 209.34. This will be a really easy fight. It's Gold Sword Silvers. It is basically it is the most easiest fight you could ever think of. So we're getting some stuff in the high 190s. We're seeing some 200s come out. 189. It's a couple 189s. Well, one 189 more specifically. There's two 199s. 195. Yeah, this is gonna be a really high collection rate once we see it. This will be a double setup for Zelga. Nice. GG's in the chat for Zelga. This was a weird one. It wasn't bad by any means. I mean, it's like it's a 210. In fact, the official race time was 2:10:49. First on Restream, fourth all the row. But we have and because the overall other times that we had it wasn't too bad of a steed. Like it was quick. So Zelga, long before Zelga had finished, we had J-Jo at 36 at first place at 152.29. Dane, who we were seeing in the chat for quite a bit. We had finished second with 159.19, and missed it at 3 at third place at 2:08:37, and one forfeit. That's it. Whew. Yeah, that was a thing. Also, hi Zelga.
Hey, yeah, that was indeed a thing.
So Uala had only got his moon pearl at 145 in when you had gotten it way earlier when considering the amount of sequence rings that you did.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny because right around the 145 mark is where I finally found my last pod small that actually put the pearl in logic. So it's kind of funny.
Right, yeah, that's true. So other than that information, plus the whatever the fact that C-Shape House just ended up being what it was, not on GT. Other thoughts on the seed? Just general thoughts?
I don't think it was bad. I think I made some unfortunate decisions. And I completely mismarked my entrances. I keep a list of all the entrances I've seen that have items. And after I found Aga Tower, I thought I was done. So at that point, literally my only option left in the game was climb GT. So whenever it was not in GT, I knew I had completely skipped something, so I just checked entrances. And yeah, fun times. I definitely would have kept going before checking GT if I had realized that I was missing an entrance, but fun times.
Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, the Moon Pearl logic was like that. Moon Pearl logic was quite a lot, because considering I think Iwala had decided to stay within logic.
Yeah, so the logic wanted you to make sure you got your sword and book from Pod to get 4 Pod smalls, because there was one in Harmless Hellway and then one in Mire, which was inaccessible. So you needed every other Pod small in the game to get back to the GT small in the Pod basement, so that you could get your Desert small. So you get the, so you could get your Logical Pearl from Landmo. So it was fun.
Yeah. The way you learned how the Moon Pearl lined up for you actually was actually nice, because it led you over to Mini Moldorm Cave, even though that we later on until that didn't yield anything, but just like the convenience in there. It's nice.
Yeah, actually, I was as soon as I found that right before desert, I was like, sweet, I'm gonna get my health refilled, and I can just sequence break mini Moldarm Cave. And then the pearl kind of ruined my plans, but it made everything better to just have it. So fun stuff.
Right. Yeah. Um. I'm trying to think of something else. The ice. I mean, I guess the ice rod hunt was. I mean, it's kind of never ice rod hunt thing, but it never fun to have an ice rod hunt. But
yeah, I can't really justify having not been over there any earlier than I did, with the Sank starting point at the pyramid. It is what it is. I should have been there faster, but the fact that I got spit out of an eastern connector really de-incentivized going over there, because I had already cleared the light world area. So I was like, I'll just do other stuff, and I kept finding dungeons to do. So I don't feel too bad. I was definitely going to be fairly behind J-Joe and Dane regardless. But
right, yeah, because considering the fact, and I kind of had a feeling it was kind of like, considering how this played out, there's just simply no way to get over to pod in a more convenient fashion. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to add on to it. If you have any other thoughts or whatever final thoughts you had, feel free to say your mind on it.
No, nothing really. I just, I guess I should pay attention to some things better. I'm really curious. Obviously, I don't stream like my list of entrances, but I'd love to see when I marked off C-shaped house and see when I lost track of that, because knowing that I was only missing the chest game in my mind in terms of item entrances, entrances were never happening for me. It was just do dungeons. So if there were at least another one, maybe it would have been a little high priority. But no regrets. You play the game, you screw up, you learn, and you keep going.
Yeah, best way to go about it. In the meantime, while Aquila is going to head over to the back of Skullwoods. I'm just waiting for the collection rate to show up, so just to see how much what the collection rate was, just because we were asking how big the collection rate was, considering where the end of the restaurant was.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty high. Yeah, that's all there is to it. I know I left several standing things, but this is one where I actually think it might have broke 200. I haven't seen it yet locally either.
Right, yeah. All right, so Iwala, I'm wondering where he wants to go. Front of Chodorok. Okay. This is to probably look for the ice rod and the Meyer Big. But the flippers we will get here because I think we already had it and just was not marked off. Yeah, that's right. Yep, he has flippers, right? It even confirmed it in the tracker. Okay, yeah, and that's the tracker said it was just the input 205. Wow. Oh jeez. 11 check slaps.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed now that I see how close I would have been, but oh well.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where the piece of heart might have been. I remember the heart container on Zora. I didn't get that one. It's just, where was that last heart piece? I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember that one too. Funnily enough. It looks like, and judging by the fact that Iwala is opting to stand there, that's going to be a forfeit out from Iwala. Makes sense. I don't blame him. Put up a good show. Just yeah, considering where that Moon Pearl was and all that stuff, that kind of hurt him. But so that's the end of the race. But I will grab the schedule because yes, we do have a schedule, and I have to look ahead into see what else is going on, not only tonight but also into tomorrow. Because I will say though, for the daily race, we at 9 p.m.'s daily race is going to be the vanilla preset race. So this is vanilla preset it is just the vanilla game. It's with all the good stuff for rando, like all the important stuff, like the nice intricacies, like good stuff for rando that they have. So it's basically a speed run, just a regular NMG speed run. But going into the rest of the night, we have some Zelda 1 randomizer tournament matches. They're currently going. So currently, there's 2 of them going on right now on Speed Gaming's 1 and 3, but we also going to have another one on this channel at 10 p.m. and then another one coming up on Zelda 1. It's on Speed Gaming Prime at 10, same time. Going into tomorrow, though, we have the Group AA tiebreaker on Speed Gaming Prime, which is going to be the match between Radical Sniper 99 and Krithel. That's going to be at 2:10, so you definitely don't want to miss that because it's going to be an important one. And then we have on Speed Gaming 2 we have the Azure Dreams starting Tabers and Rivals Raiders tournament match, which is on Speed Gaming 2. And then on Speed Gaming 3 at 3 p.m. we have the Metroid Prime Cross Game Cup. That will be at Speed Gaming 3. The Star Wars Episode 1 Racer tournament has returned for Speed Gaming on Speed Gaming 4. And that's still going on. And the only one left that currently has a channel is the Luigi's Mansion 80%, and no out of bounds tournament. That's going to be the match between H Deluxe and Mr. Afro 20. If you like funny ghost hunting games, you definitely want to play. You definitely want to watch this one. And then following up, there's no chance I've been assigned to this yet for Wednesday, but we have. Of notes, Area of Sorrow, LM 80%, that's still going on. Star Wars Episode 1, the Final Fantasy VI randomizer weekly race, more FFR spring tournament matches, more Metroid Prime Cross Game Cup, and some more Zelda 1. And I already mentioned too that the vanilla preset's also going to be at 9 p.m. So yeah, I don't think Iwala will come in for an interview, but yeah. So that will be the end of this. So if you haven't done it already, I think the command works now. If it doesn't, whatever. No, the command doesn't work. Right, whatever. So follow Iwala Koala and Zogadasan. And no problem with Koala. Definitely give them a follow, and then of course follow myself, Professor Renderer, and my 2 trackers, Jinxie Girl and Tofao. Yeah, solo comms for Crosskeys is no easy feat. I make it look like it's simple, but it is not easy. There's a lot to keep in mind. But until then, hope you enjoyed it, and hope you have a good rest of your day.